The Cubs took the opener on a bases-loaded walk in the 9th inning, giving them 8 wins this year on their last turn at bat.
On Mel's face. And the Cubs continue to have one thrilling victory after another. We'll have the totals and highlights and summary. I know Steve must have a world of things to say. We'll do all that following this. Get the totals, will you? Smile on a boy. A tough one to win, but the Cubs have won it again. The 3rd time this year they have won in 10 innings. And the final score. There's a fly ball. The Cubs win. The Cubs win. A base hit over Clark's head. Moreland ends this bloody duel, and the Cubs have swept the series, winning today 12-11. Holy cow. Moreland drives in the winner. We'll be back with the totals and the highlights in a moment. Base on ball. Holy cow. Chuck Tanner walking away. He gave it his all. And the Cubs have prevailed. They gave it their all. And how poetic it is that Ryne Sandberg should score the winning run. He started it all, and he ended it as Jody Davis drove him in with a base on ball. Watch the pitch. No doubt about it, low and away. Holy cow, what a ball game.
That's it.
Here's a man trying to score, but the Cubs are in first place. The Cubs they're going to claim he went too soon. They say no. No, he says they're claiming the Cotto left too early.
They're asking the wrong man. It's Eric Gregg's call. They were asking Lee Wyer. He went out to see the catch, and now Al Holland is infuriated.
So the Cubs are in first place. Jody Davis drives in the winner on a low line drive, well hit. But right at the defense with Maddox making a fine play. The Cubs have taken over first place. Cubs win! Cubs win! Cubs win! Cubs win! Holy cow! Ron Cey lashed a hit over third.
stage for pinch hitter Chris Spire's game-winning hit. Spire taking loser Jesse Orozco to left. Lopes scoring easily from third, and the final read 5-4 Cubs.
There's a long drive. Deep center. The Cubs win. Cubs win. Cubs win. Sacrifice fly. Holy cow. Sandberg, the big hitting star in this game. Pat Perry is the loser. We're going to show it to you again. A high fastball. McGee went back and caught it, but he knew there was no way to get the runner at the plate. Perry, the loser. And we'll be back with the totals now and the highlights in a moment.
Toward left field, Griffey coming on, won't get it, and he can't cut it off. Sandberg might score. Vukovich waving him home. No play. The Cubs win it.
Cubs win. Berryhill lined the signal alert. And the Cubs, after giving up. Well, here's the game-winning hit. The Cubs win the first game of the doubleheader, 5-4 in 11 innings. There he goes. Cubs win! Cubs win! Cubs win! Cubs win! Holy cow! The Cubs win 3-2.
With a 10th inning squeeze bunt that drove in Lloyd McClendon with a winning run. The Cubs took 3 of 4 games from the mighty Mets and extended their first-place lead to 3 games. Did even more.
And that's hit fair down the left field line. Wilkerson on his way to third. Wilkerson being waved in. Here comes Sheridan's throw way up the line. The Cubs win it.
The pit. There's a drive way back. Might be. Cubs win. Cubs win. Cubs win. Graves hits a home run into the right field bleachers. He's circling the bases. Listen to this crowd. Holy cow! True Value Hardware happily donates $200 to Cubs Care. Did he ever whack that one? Holy cow! Look at the Mets dugout. The agony of defeat compared to the ecstasy of victory. Davey Johnson, the manager, still standing there. Look at the Cubs. I started to tell you about the 2 managers. One already's been on a diet. The other one is just going on one. I hope when you remember what's happened to the Dodgers, I wish that Don Zimmer would think twice about going on the diet and losing any weight. When these guys lose weight, their teams lose games. Oh, what a thrilling moment. Listen to the crowd.
He comes back with the fastball, and Mark Grace takes it downtown, his 6th home run of the year. 50 RBIs for Grace, and the Chicago Tribune round-trip replay shows the home run went around 390 happy feet.
Come on. What are you doing? That had to go over 400 feet. Hey, Arnie, who's measuring? Look at the brooms. The Cubs have clean swept the Mets. The Cubs are about to go to within a game and a half of the National League Eastern Division lead. Watch Mark Grace after he hits this ball. He realizes he sees it. Hey! Hey! Cubs win! Cubs win! Cubs win! Holy cow! Cubs win! Cubs win! After being behind. Line drive! It is! Here's the running back! He's around third! Here he comes! Here he comes! The Cubs win!
A runner at second, 1 out in the 9th, and a 2-2 tie. And he gets a base hit to right. Reed is charging. Here comes Wilkerson. The throw to the plate. He scores. The Cubs win it 3-2.
There it is! The Cubs win! Cubs win! Cubs win! singles to center. And the Cubs have finally beaten the Reds 2-1 in 16 innings. Holy cow! All's well that ends well. And the Cubs at the moment are only 4.5 games out of first place. We'll be back with a wrap-up in a moment.
Villanueva at the plate in the bottom of the 10th. The bases loaded and 2 men out. And Villanueva on an 0-2 pitch from Ken Daly singles to score Sandberg. And the Cubs win it in 10 by the final of 3-2.
The Cubs out yet with 2 outs. They scored twice in the bottom of the 9th. Sean Dunston ties it up at 4 with an RBI single. And then with Dunston on third base, Joe Girardi drives him home with a single to center field off Jeff Brantley, giving the Cubs a 5-4 win.
It's Scott Terry, and he gets the game-winning hit with the RBI single into left field as Joe Girardi scores. RBI number 71 for Dawson. That wins the game for the Cubs 4-3.
Joe Girardi, and he came through with a line drive single to center field. Dwight Smith scored the game's winning run as the Cubs won 4-3 with 2 runs in the bottom of the 9th.
Up against Bill Landrum and smack his second home run of the game, number 6 on the year for Grace. A solo shot as the Cubs win this game in dramatic fashion in 11 innings by a score of 9-8.
Off of Randy Myers. They go into extra innings. Bottom of the 13th, game tied at 2. Mark Grace lines one. Ryan Sandberg scores the winning run, and the Cubs win it.
Bottom of the 11th, tied at 4. Stan Belinda in trouble after walking the pitcher. Sammy Sosa at the plate, and yes, Sosa connects for the home run, does his Reggie Jackson impression. The Cubs win. The Cubs win 5-4.
Is tying the game at 1, and then in the bottom of the 10th, Ray Sanchez pinch hitting off Jim Gott through the drawn-in infield. And the Cubs in a crazy go-nuts kind of victory.
Bottom of the 10th, each team scored. Bottom of the 11th, we're still tied. 2 on. Tim Mauser to Vizcaíno to right field. Win looking. Cubs winning this thrilling game. 9-6 in 11.
With the bases loaded, tie game, bottom of the 11th. There it goes. Rick Wilkins, 0 for 15 against Philly pitching for the year, 1 for 16. And there's the drive, Harry, and it wins the game by a count of 10-6.
Bottom of the 11th, Rod Beck on. And Keith, how often do you see it? The guy makes a great fielding play. It's a highlight. So, of course, the guy's going to hit the game-winning home run. 2 left, and the Cubbies sweep the Giants. They've won 6 in a row for the 2nd straight day.
Trying to fire up the group. Still scoreless in the 9th. Hojo at the plate, and here it comes.
For Cubs. Cubs down 7-5, bottom 9, 2 outs, 2 on. Sean Dunston hitting .397 in his last 17 games. There it goes. A 3-run home run to win the game. Cubs win. Cubs win. 8-7.
13th. Sean Dunston, bases loaded, nobody out, bad back and all with Payne, the high chopper. It's a single, Chad. Fonville can't get off the throw. Mark Grace scores the winning run.
After a sac bunt by Jose Hernandez, moves the ball to second. Mark Parent singles off Todd Jones. Bullet comes around to score. Hey, the Cubs stay alive with 12-11 win. Hope you enjoyed that. The Cubs tied at 3. Bottom of the 10th, still 3-3. Gonzalez lines a 1-2 pitch, and Mark Grace, how sweet the sound, scores the winning run, and the Cubs win. One day after becoming the only Major League team this century to rally from 6 deficits in 11.
The best operation for the fans. Here's the drive. Way back. It might be. It might be. Could be. Cubs win. Cubs win. Cubs win. Holy cow. The Cubs win. How about that? 3-2. Wow, look at that. And now the winning streak is 3 in a row. Where's Navarro? He's right in the middle of it
Other people didn't either, so we go to bottom of 10. Bases loaded. Grace again. Just gets the end of the bat on it, but it's good enough. Yes, Harry, the Cubs win. Good to hear that so early.
There's a high fly ball way back. It might be the Cubs win. Cubs win. Cubs win. And Sammy Sosa hits a home run with a man on. 2 home runs today, each with a man on. The Cubs have won the rubber game of the series. Look at Sammy, look at the team waiting for him. Boy, you talk about a towering home run. That was it. Watch his action now. He knows when he hit it. Now he's watching it. He flips the bat away. He's raising his hand up. He's won the game for the Cubs.
And up the middle it goes. That scores Jose Hernandez, and the Cubs win 5-4.
And the pitch by Wilson. There's a drive. Way back. It might be. Cubs win. Cubs win. Cubs win. Holy cow. Cubs win. Oh, look at Dallas Green. The first pitch. He hit it a mile. Here comes Sammy. They're waiting for him. Woo! Boy, oh boy, I wish more of you were here today. Some 20,000. The very first pitch. Everybody. Let's watch him going around. This is worth seeing again. Right away, he knows.
But the Cubs come back. Bottom of the 9th, Mark Grace on first. Eck. To pinch hitter Robin Jennings. Rips one to left. Grace gets on his horse, and you can lead a horse to water, and sometimes you can make him avoid the tag. Cubs win. Cubs win.
Way back it might be. It could be. Cubs win. Cubs win. Cubs win. Holy cow. Look at the left fielder. He hasn't moved yet. He has not budged. And here comes the Cubs out on the field. Boy, oh boy, that must have hit the house on the fly. I told you with 3-1, you knew he'd be swinging. It was everywhere near the plate. And there the Cubs. They've won 7 games in the last time at bat. Their magic number now, assuming 90 will win the division, is down to 74 with 5 months to go. They only have to average 15 wins a month to do that. And let's watch for the kids. Will he think of it now? There he is. There he goes. I knew he would.
On the 9th, same score. Jose Hernandez leading off the inning, and Hernandez got it.
Long drive.
It might be. Could be. Thank you. Off Ken Ryan, first homer of the season.
There's a long drive. Near the wall. Home run. Holy cow. Terry Shumpert with an 0-2 count. It's a home run into the basket in left field. I can't believe it. Holy cow. What an unexpected way to end it. Look at the Cubs.
Lost a step somewhere, which is kind of hard to believe. Bottom 13. Grace at second. Terry Shumpert. Oh, into the vines.
The Cubs win. The Cubs.
Got that right. 7-6. Matched in pitch for pitch. Bottom of the 12th. We're still tied at 1. Gonzalez at second. Borowski pitching. This is trouble right here. Touchdown. Gonzalez scores on the miscue. And the Cubs win 2-1. And Cox says something about a man and a cane. A loss and 2 no.
Bottom 9, same score, 2 outs. Baver throws it in the dirt to Mark Grace. Jose Hernandez goes to third, and when Jason Kindle's throw goes to no one in particular, Hernandez, who struck out 3 times in the game, trots home.
Bottom 12, Todd Worrell in, and Sammy Sosa hits the breaking ball out. A 2-run bomb, 23rd on the year with 2 outs.
and the Cubs win 4-3 in 12 innings.
Don Paul, who gave it up. Go extra innings, 2 out. Mark Grace aboard. The new left fielder, Sean Dunston. Seeing eye single through Edgar Renteria. Moisealou leaves his feet. Grace is not quick, but he beats the throw. Dunston a hero. The Cubs win it.
Ninth, we go to extras. Bottom 11 side of 3. Man on first. Sosa so deep here. John Mabry can't catch up to it. Grace runs through the stop sign at third. He's got no idea where the ball is. McGuire had no idea where Grace was, and he cut it off. McGuire was just so fed up, he decided that he wanted to touch the ball.
Bottom of the 14th.
The 2-0.
Mark Grace.
Swung on, belted down the right.
There, but for the grace of Mark goes the game. Cubs win in 14. The Cubs are 13-6.
We're still tied at 3. Jason Hartke represents the winning run at second, and Brant Brown comes through as he takes John Rocker deep to left center and gone. Brown was 1 for 2 with 2 RBI. That's a 2-run shot, his 4th of the year.
3 batters later, Jason Hartke with the bases loaded to the gap, and Cubs win. The final score here, 2-1. Mark Clark.
Being in the Cub lineup every day against everybody as that ball hit deep to right field. Ordonez back, looks up. You can put it on the board. Solo shot by Brant Brown. And in 12 innings, the Cubs take the first of this 3-game set. They win it 6-5. Brant Brown's 6th homer. Wins it for the Cubs, and we'll be back.
Trying to lock it down. Now facing Jose Hernandez. Hernandez goes for a pitch out of the zone, picks it off the plate, and dinks it into the right field corner. Grace scores easily. The Cubs win in their last at bat, pulling it out 6-5, the 4th blown save of the year.
September 12th, 1998 is a game they may forever remember in Chicago. Sammy Sosa, his 60th home run, and the Cubs win the game in the bottom of the 9th inning to keep their playoff hopes alive.
Second time this year the Cubs have come from behind in their last at-bat to win a ball game. Boy, this is the kind of game that will definitely have a carryover effect for the remainder of the season for the Chicago Cubs.
For the Cubs, their 45th come-from-behind win. Their 33rd here at Wrigley Field. They just picked up Orlando Merced for this very reason.
Merced has always been a strong offensive player that really didn't have a position. Comes off the bench to pinch hit. All he needed was a sac fly. He got a little carried away, hit the ball in the seats. Cubs go home a winner.
2 up, 2 down. Grace sends a drive, deep right. That ball game is over. Cubs win. The Cubs win.
Mickey Morandini and the looper into right field. Not even right field, it's behind second base. And everyone was sort of positioned weirdly because they were trying to prevent the run from scoring, which it did anyway. Cubs win 13-12.
Bottom 9, 4-4, Sammy Sosa. Push and pull the bat. Viva la Vida Loca. 425 feet on Waveland Avenue. Sosa's 16th jack, 12th homer in his last 21 games.
After the next batter, Jose Hernandez singled. Mark Grace up there. Lines went into right. His lone hit, and it was huge. Hernandez coming around third. He's going to try to score. Eric Davis, the relay throw then not in time. The Cubs get 2 in the 9th. They win it 4-3.
Time for Sammy Sosa. 415 feet away. Number 18 of the year, and that will wrap it up. Cubs scored 8 of their 9 runs in the final 2 innings of play.
The 0-2. Henry Rodriguez. Oh, Henry. 2 for 5 in the game, hitting .341. No one can catch up with that one. Cubs score 3 in the 9th to win it 11-10. The 6th blown save from Mike Tremblay in 19 chances.
Morandini.
The 0-2 pitch.
With the bat and a fat bat. Flies to right center. Santangelo dives again. Can't get there again. Reed scores. Rob Nin blows his 9th save of the year. Cubs come back to win the game.
What Jim Lefevre said was, he told Kyle Peterson, don't give him anything good to hit. That ball is up about his head. Didn't matter. Sacrifice fly, game about to be over.
Winning run comes in to score as the Chicago Cubs win at 6-5-10. Molina with the winning run. So 3 batters later, Damon Buford's on second. Pinch hitter Jeff Reed goes the other way. Ball game. Buford comes in to score. Cubs win it with 4 in the 9th. The final score 4-3. Kerry Lightenberg gave up the homer to Andrews and a single to Damon.
9th, 2 outs, still 2-2. Jose Nieves pinch hitting with Shane Andrews on second, and Jose rips it to right. That gets in. Andrews is coming home. Here comes the throw from Reggie Sanders, and come home, Shane. Cubs win.
10 now. Wickman. Shane Andrews with 2 out and the bases full. Andrews. Ricky Gutierrez would score on that, and that's really all the Cubs would need in 10 innings.
He's called safe. 11th inning tied at 8. Valero de los Santos to Willie Green. The single. Gutierrez comes in. The Cubs come back to win it 9-8 in the 11th. And he's on a 12-game hit streak. 9th inning. Mark Holzheimer did not throw that pitch very well. And in comes Brant Brown to score. Cubs get a 5-4 win that way. Damon Buford, by the way.
Hey, what if they had this all year, they'd be in a much different situation. Meantime, bottom 13, Sosa. Sammy Sosa. All the makings. Ricky Gutierrez scores a game winner. Cubs win at 3-2-13. The bullpen for Chicago.
6th, the winning run on third. Trevor Hoffman or Ricky Gutierrez. Fly ball to center. Here's Mike Darr coming up, firing. Not in time. Eric Young scores, and the Cubs win in 13.
Bottom 9 still tied. Runner on second for Ricky Gutierrez, and Ricky launching to left, and that will find the ivy, and the Cubs will find the win as Eric Young trots on home. 5-4 your final.
Sammy Sosa, Gary Matthews aboard. Driven left center.
Little blooper to left field. Gary Sheffield is going to misplay it. Pinch runner Gary Matthews Jr. comes around to score. And the Cubs pick up the victory by the final of 3-2.
Anya, you're out. Next batter, Rondell White, that 11-game hitting streak, make it 12. Now Sammy Sosa. Brown on handsome man, and he is safe at home, and the Cubs win again. 4-3 is your final.
It's going to be 1- and 2-run ball games.
Broken bat flare, left field, base hit. Ricky around third. Here comes the throw. Ricky fell down, and now the Cubs have runners all over the place. Fasano throws to second. Girardi in a rundown between first and second. Hilton lets Girardi off the hooks. Nobody's at first. There's the tag out runner coming home. He is out. Safe, safe, safe. Cubs win. Cubs win. Cubs win. What a crazy way to end the game.
Sammy's on his way to third base. The base hit by Joe Girardi, and you see him fall down. The old sniper got him. Sammy, he's already halfway to third base. Fasano throws to second, and then Girardi's on his way from first to second. He gets in a rundown.
They have to keep an eye on Ricky because he's the winning run. All of a sudden, nobody's at first.
So it's 7-2, 6-3-1 at this point. Play at the plate. Had him beat by plenty.
Oh.
Grill making it work, and the ninth still 4-4. Bill Miller, fly ball.
Cliff Floyd, one of the great high school basketball players in the Chicago area. And we see why. That was a dunk right there.
Look how close he gets to this thing.
It was just a little too far back.
You're fighting the fellas in there, too. People going for it. Here's Miller, new life. Bill Miller, only with 5 home runs on the year before this shot. He's missed most of the season, broke his kneecap in May, but he ends it. Cubs down 4-zip, making their biggest comeback of the year.
Good play in the field. How about at the dish in the bottom of the ninth?
Swinging a high drive. Oh, yes! Deep left center. Cubs are going to win. Cubs win on a home run by Alex Gonzalez. And the final is 6-5 Cubs.
Tomorrow from Brian Kenny and Ron Santos. Oh, no!
Up. Bottom 9, tied at 3, John Rocker. Meet Alex Gonzalez. Good gracious, with all these great home run hitters in this game, it's Alex Gonzalez with his second career walk-off homer. Both coming this season, but this one off of John Rocker.
Bottom 16, Angel Echeverria facing Carl Pavano. He's another new fish. Preston Wilson, on the case. He's got it, and oh! Ouch! Stupid wall. Corey Patterson comes in to score the winning run. Wilson said there isn't much of a cushion. When he hit it, I was on a dead run, and that he was. If it was the NFL, it would have been a catch 2 feet down, but the ball comes out. Wilson, he's day-to-day. The Marlins, they fall.
2 on is Fred McGriff. Rough. That's down. Steins to score. Boa is not happy. All 4 Cubs in the ninth reach base. Mesa blows a 7th save and 32 chances, but he got a little help there at first base. McGriff and the Cubs win it.
15th home run of the year. 5 losses in a row at home for the Cubs. Let's change that. Trevor Hoffman's 0-2 pitch, lined by Alex Gonzalez into right center, and Delino DeShields coming in to score. Cubs end a 3-game losing streak. Just like that. Let's go to High Tops.
Pitch to Moises Alou. Goodbye. Number 10, a game-winning blast for Alou, who's 3 for 6, and the Cubs win in dramatic fashion by the score of 6-4.
Bottom 9, 2-2 game, Joe Girardi. Chicago, where they pack that heat. Rob other teams in the night, creep. We'll see you later when I'm in them streets. Just Joe Girardi's 9th RBI of the year, and it comes at a seriously great time.
9. You can cut the tension with a knife at Wrigley. Oh, Alex Gonzalez, 17th of the year. It's a walk-off homer, and the Cubs win it.
Swing and a drive deep toward left field. We asked for it. We have got it. Cubs win. 5-4. Alex Gonzalez wins it again in dramatic fashion. We will bid adieu to the Rockies with the season series at 3-3. The Cubs going crazy. They won a ball game. They could have easily have lost. They're 3-0 in extra innings. Another 1-run win. And the Cubs will keep their hold on first place along with the St. Louis Cardinals. What a dramatic way to win this one. And we will welcome Milwaukee to town with big smiles on everybody's faces.
That was some kind of finish. Happy birthday, Joe Borowski. He wins it on his 32nd birthday. The last Cub to do that was Greg Hibbard nearly 10 years ago. Ironically enough, Dusty Baker was in the lineup for the Giants that day. Today, Alex Gonzalez. Dusty pushed all the right buttons. His 2 shortstops hit 2 homers. Alex, the game winner, and the Cubs sky high outduel the Rockies today.
Remlinger and Borowski once again with Joe Borowski. Just an unbelievable year. Along with the 5 saves, he's now 1-0. The ERA under 2, and the Cubs win a ball game that, when you look at it, the Rockies had so many chances to win. You're just amazed the Cubs able to come back in this one. They fell behind 3-0 early. They kept battling back time and time again. How far did it fly? 365 game-winning feet for Southwest Airlines.
And the Cubs win a thriller. 5th game-ending home run for Alex as a Cub. Dusty Baker again pushed all the right buttons. The Cubs win their 6th series. They're 18-13, and you'd expect Dusty to win on his own Beanie Baby Day here in Chicago. Cubs beat the Rockies. They remain tied with the Cardinals for first in the Central. We'll welcome Milwaukee to town tomorrow night. Back with more right after this. Three-two pitch. Swing and a drive. This ball game is over.
Well, he got it middle in and he hit it out. And Alex Gonzalez, Mr. Walkoff, will send every Cub fan home happy. A sea of red departing the park, and the Cub fans on their feet.
All the fingers will point to Alex Gonzalez's dramatic slate. They'll also say the Cardinal pen did it again, but Tony La Russa was out of options. Alex Gonzalez, a game-winning home run, gives the Cubs and Cardinals a series split with the rubber game tomorrow. And folks, whatever you paid for your tickets, you could have paid double and you would have gotten your money's worth. This was a big-time, big league ball game.
Hang 'em high, Cal Eldred. This one on the inner portion. Alex took it out of the ballpark. The Cubs win this one. That's the Heineken play of the day. Alex Gonzalez knew it was gone when it left the bat. The Cubs win 3-2. They retain their hold on first place. The Cardinals move a game and a half in back. What a ball game, Chippy.
A curtain call for Alex Gonzalez. The Cubs win it 3-2 in 10 innings of play. Cubs are now 4-0 in extra innings, and they are now a game and a half in front of St. Louis. 4 games over 500. What a game, Mitch and Dave, here at Wrigley Field.
For 5 lifetime.
Hot shot. Kent can't knock it down, and the Cubs win. Cubs win it 1-0 on a Sosa rocket past Jeff Kent. Alex Gonzalez scores, and it's a base hit all the way. The first for Sosa since coming back. Todd Wellmeyer, hey, and Sammy celebrates as the Cubs move 2 games in front, beating Houston in a great ball game, 1-0.
I got to tell you something, Chip. They walked Corey Patterson to get to Sammy Sosa earlier, and they got by him. Not so this time as Sammy wins the ball game. The pitching staff was brilliant. The defense was outstanding. The Cubs have a 2-game lead, and what an effort this was today.
They've won a game this year in 17. They win a game in 16. 1-0 the final score. The Cubs lead the division and Houston by 2. Cincinnati has been beaten. They're 4.5 back. The Cardinals lost. They're 3 back. And this is our Budweiser play of the game. Sammy Sosa, the game winner in the bottom of the 16th, beating Houston. And Ricky Stone, Todd Wellmeyer picks up the win. A great day all around for the Cubs, who did it in about 4.5 hours here at Wrigley Field. Same 2 teams tomorrow. Kerry Wood and Jeremy Robertson hook up. We'll be on the air at 1 o'clock with the leadoff man, and those flags will stay in the same position heading into the series finale. This one was a real battle, and the rally caps came through for the Cubs late. A 1-0 final score in favor of the Cubs. And that's exactly what's going to happen. They could have walked it. They throw a wild pitch, and the Cubs win it 3-2.
Not real good strategy there, and the Cubs win the ball game. And this is one they had to have. They got it. It wasn't pretty. They got the job done in the end, and this pitching staff for the Cubs has really worked wonders on this homestand, because they've done it with very few runs.
The Cubs have scored a grand total of 17 runs on the homestand in 7 games. They win their 3rd in 7 tries. They beat Tampa Bay in their last at bat by a final score of 3-2 with first base open. The Devil Rays try to pitch around Ramon Martinez. The wild pitch brings home Troy O'Leary with the game-winning run. There's no such thing as an ugly win, they say, but Stoney, this one threatened that axiom.
Well, the Cubs still hold first place, regardless of what's happened offensively. This club is resilient, and they'll come right back here tomorrow night, still possessing first place since April 15th.
So 3-2, Cubs put a win on the scoreboard. They're 31-25, Gale. Interesting night, crazy night, and plenty to talk about, I'm sure, on the post-game show.
Has had 6 game-ending hits in the 9th inning during his 2 years in Chicago. Make it 7. Neither Scott Rowland nor Edgar Renteria can make the play. 6-5. Cubs pull within 1 game. The NL Central leading Cardinals.
14, bases loaded. Aramis Ramirez. Just punch it somewhere. Just do something with the thing. Mondesi, that type of night. Wouldn't have mattered. Cubs went 4-3 and 14. Game lasted 7 hours, 40 minutes.
Swing and a drive, belt to deep left field, and the Cubs have won it.
Been a long day for Sosa. Hadn't had the ball out of the infield, and now he hits it way out of the infield, and the game ends in the 15th.
There's another fly ball, deep left. Cubs have come back to win it. I don't believe it. Bedlam at Wrigley Field as Moises Alou, his second homer of the day, wins it for the Cubs in back-to-back historic fashion.
It's only fitting that Semmy would tie it to right field, and Moises, who had a great day offensively, would win it. The Cubs go back-to-back again. They did it in the 3rd inning with Alou and Ramirez. They did it for the 4th time this year in dramatic fashion here in the 9th. And the Cubs knocked the Reds from first place with this blast off the bat of Moises Alou, who along with Ramirez had 4 hits today. What an offensive onslaught. And in the end, the Cubs had the last at bat and the last laugh.
Load the bases. Corey Patterson coming to the plate. Jeff Facero's first pitch. Raking, son. Patterson to right center. The winning run scores from 3rd. Craziness. Bananas ball game. Cubs beat the Rockies 5-4.
Full count. There it goes. Deep to left. Back. This one is over.
Daddy Felipe is stunned to watch his son do this. Hit his 10th home run of the year. Take a look at the pitch location by Jim Brower, where the pitch should have been and where the pitch was. Cubs win. First time ever his son beat a father with a walk-off homer.
Would get Michael Barrett up there with the runners on 1st and 2nd.
Rip to right field, get down ball, it's fair. 1 run scores. Here comes Walker, streaking to 3rd. They're going to green light him. Here comes the relay, and it's going to be laid, and the Cubs have come all the way back.
To win it 4-3, A's with bullpen issues. Oakland has blown 13 saves this season.
A 3-game series, and here's Lidge again.
First pitch swung on, belted deep left field, and the Cubs have won it 5-4.
Sosa on the first pitch from Brad Lidge. Out onto Waveland Avenue. 39,000 plus delirious at the ballpark as the Cubs take 2 of 3 from Houston. They pulled to within 3 of the Central Division lead. And Stoney, I can't think of a better way to welcome the White Sox to town than with a walk-off game-winning home run from Sammy Sosa.
Well, after surrendering the lead, the Cubs got some pretty work out of the bullpen. Lester wins his second. Farnsworth keeps the game alive. And after 2 innings yesterday, Brad Lidge had a chance to throw 1 pitch, and it was a bomb by Sosa. The Cubs win a big game. First ball, fastball, inner portion. Sammy knows it's gone when it left the bat. And this crowd has seen a whale of a ball game here today.
5-4, the final score. The Big Blue W will fly proudly above the Wrigley Field scoreboard. And the Cubs now at 43-35, a 2-game lead over the Houston Astros in the head-to-head season matchup. Again, something, Steve, that will prove to be very important by the time we see these guys at the end of August.
It's over. He has walked in the winning run. Alou scores, and the Cubs have swept the White Sox.
Then, though, please watch the language. Same inning, 2 out. Corey Patterson. Fair dinkum. That was a beauty. A 2-run walk-off homer. Cubs win 4-2 as the powers to be smile upon good fortune that graced the Cubs.
Fly ball center field. Did he get enough? Redmond back. Hit the ivy. It's over. Patterson hits 2 home runs. And the Cubs beat the Buccos 3-2.
Corey Patterson hit the daylight side of that last ball, and it went into the shrubbery and straightaway center field. Home run number 23, a long way to go for the Cubs in this one. But Corey Patterson drove in all 3 runs. The Cubs win a 1-run extravaganza, and Corey Patterson, the man of the night. That one out over the plate. Corey Patterson puts a charge into it and sends everybody home happy. And how far did it fly for Southwest Airlines? Just far enough.
So a game-winning home run for Corey Patterson. The Cubs able to take advantage late of the wins. They beat the Pirates 3-2, and more importantly, they keep pace with the Giants, the Astros, and the Marlins, all of whom won their games earlier tonight. A chance for a series win tomorrow afternoon. Steve and I will step aside, take a break, and preview that, as well as recap tonight's 12-inning thriller here on WGN Sports.
Then, after an intentional walk, Todd Hollandsworth chops one through. Burnett scores. That's your ball game. Cubs win in extras. 427 pitches were required.
Against the Pirates. And he drives one deep. Griffey going back. That ball way back. And it is over! Patterson, walk-off homer. The Cubs come all the way back. They were down 6-1 early. They win 8-7.
Corey Patterson had some good swings at pitches out over the plate in the game today. He gets one more out there, reaches out and snap hooks it back to right center field. Ken Griffey Jr. drifted back on the ball a few steps and then just looked up as that ball sailed into the bleachers. Corey with the hand in the air. Send the Cub fans home happy today.
Another 3-2. High in the air. Way back. This ball will get out. It's over. D. Lee wins it. The wind could not knock it down. His 10th of the year, and he saves the day for the Cubs. So the Cubs win the series, taking 2 of 3, and Ryan Dempster blew the save, but he's going to get the win.
Well, this ball is just toasted. Derek Lee throughout the course of that at bat, especially the last 3 or 4 pitches, had some awesome swings, just missing pitches. Boy, that is the last thing we expected to see to end this ball game. A home run to left center field into the teeth of the wind.
Okay, 2 on, 1 out. Todd Hollinsworth in the box. Hollinsworth. Sometimes you just need to put it out there. Drops in, and you got a game-winning RBI. Because here comes Jeremy Burnett, and the Cubs make it interesting, but survive and win 3-2.
Jeremy Burnett, would he be a hero?
Burnett swings. Soft liner to center. Ellison with a catch. Cedeno tagging. Throw to the plate. He is safe, and the Cubs have won it.
Winner, winner, chicken parm dinner. That's Ronnie Cedeno scoring, and the Cubs win 3-2.
Game's over. Burnett's down the right field line. Garrett scores, and this one is over. So Burnett gets the game-winning hit, and the Giants lose a tough one after leading in the 8th inning. So the Cubs take 2 out of 3, and this was the base hit to win it.
Kind of a lazy breaking ball. They set up in the outside corner. It just sort of hung out there at the belt. A good pitch to hit, and Burnett is not going to miss that type of mistake. And an easy score for Jody Garrett, and the Cubs win the series.
And Ramirez bounces that one. Pass loss! And the Cubs are going to try to win it. Macias save! And the Cubs win! They walk off with their 3rd win on the homestand. Oh, baby. Barrett and Ramirez coming off the bench. "4-3 the final. Three come from behind wins for the Cubs here on this homestand.
1 out in the 10th. There it is, fly ball. There's the ball game. It'll one hop to the wall. Walker will tap first. That'll knock in the winning run, and the Cubs have ended a 6-game losing streak to the Reds. Matt Merton, who started the 10th with a base hit, his 3rd hit of the night, scores on Todd Walker's single off the wall and right, and the Cubs have won it by a final of 4-3. So the Cubs cling to life in the wild card chase. We'll be back to talk more about it after these messages.
For Babe Ruth.
Well, so that takes us to the bottom of the 10th. Bases loaded again, and over the drawn-in outfield, Phil Nevin is your hero. Cubs win, Cubs win.
Pitch, back up the middle. Mateo's going to try to score. He is being sent. Here comes a throw by Lofton toward the plate, and the Cubs win. Mateo gets in. What a finish.
Oh, my.
His Torres beats his former team. It wasn't pretty. It was very appropriate how this game ended. Juan Mateo went to third base, Fire sending him all the way. He just kept heading home, and the Cubs win. What a night. And Ward hits it that way. Castro going back on it. This should do it, and the Cubs win. It'll go down as an RBI single for Darrell Ward, and for the first time this year, the Cubs have won in extras, and they also win a game for the first time when trailing after 8. And everybody mobbing Darrell Ward. Well, it wasn't easy here in the 10th, but they get it done, and they sweep the Nationals. Well, that feels good. And the Cubs are back over 500, 15-14. He's the winning run. Jones at third. Into center. It's going to drop down. Jones is in. Here comes Coy Hill. Cubs win. They win it. 10-9. What a finish. Can you believe that 9th inning? Still at first. The pitch to Aramis. There's a drive. Deep left center. Cubs win. They win it. Ramirez, 2-run shot. Oh, baby. Can you believe it? And the Cubs beat the Brewers 6-5. That's 7 in a row.
Pitch puts the winning run on third, nobody out. They walk the bases loaded, then Myers gets a strikeout, then uncorks a wild pitch. It's a walk-off wild pitch. Cubs win, they're in first place. Lou.
Ward, did they realize they were doing that to get to Mark DeRosa, who was 9 for 9 his last 9 against the Reds?
The next pitch. Up the middle, off the glove of Weathers. Cubs win! Cubs win! They're going crazy.
Cubs with 3 in the 9th win on the walk-off single. DeRosa's second career 5-hit game.
That's 10 for 10.
Mark set at the belt. And there's a base hit, fair ball. Fontenot will score. Cubs win. He didn't hit it hard, but he placed it perfectly, and Soriano wins it. The Cubs win 2-1. They have swept the Dodgers. All-time series knotted up at 1,010 wins apiece.
run, and Lewin pinch hit for Edmonds in the 11th. And the Cubs are the bases loaded, nobody out. Reed Johnson hit by Jeff Ridgway. It's the first game-ending HBP for the Cubs since Rob Dibble hit Ray Sanchez nearly 16 years ago.
Cubs trying to end it. The White Sox trying to get this one into the 10th. Deep to center field. Anderson's back. Warning track. Ball game over. Cubs win. Ramirez into center. They win it 4-3. His second home run of the day. Cubs today pierced right through the strength of the White Sox, the back end of their bullpen. 3 solo home runs, 2 against Otell, and the leadoff game-winning, game-ending blast against Linebrink here in the 9th. How about that finish?
Woo. Good to see the Cubs swinging the bats well once again after a couple of slow days in Tampa Bay. Came out with a vengeance today.
Time to sing. Ground ball, base hit. DeRosa coming around third. Burris is up with it. Throw to the plate. Save! Cubs win! Cubs win! He just got in. Reed Johnson with the RBI single. Oh, was that close? Well, they had to work a little overtime to get it, but they win 8-7. His way in. The 0-1 pitch. Line in, the Cubs win! As Torres didn't make the catch as Derek Lee scores. Henry Blanco with a game-winning hit. Cubs win 3-2 the final. I thought as Torres had a shot at it, but that ball rocketed past him, and that was it. Blanco wins it.
What a great win for the Cubs. Great outing by Ted Lilly. Jeff Samardzija threw the ball very well. Bobby Howry picks up the win. Some tremendous defensive plays. 2 big home runs by Jim Edmonds. A very, very well-played game by the Cubs.
So Henry Blanco wins the ball game, his first and final at bat of the day. And the Cubs beat the Cardinals 3-2 the final here in 11. 2-2 to Lee. That's the ball game. Cubs win. Marquis scores. And they storm out of the dugout. Derek Lee wins it. 7-6 the final. The magic numbers 2. They win it in 12-7-6.
being away but ready to throw his glove out there on the mound. It looked like he went back to the same slider he got Derek Lee to fish for earlier in the sequence. This time he left it up over the plate. D. Lee lined it right back up the middle of the field for the game winner.
So they take the series 2 of 3. And let's go down to Gale Fisher with...
In the air, left center field. Did he get enough? Game over.
Two-strike delivery, floated out into right. Pence coming on, won't get there. Here's a throw to the plate. It's high. Cubs win. Soriano with a game-winning RBI in the bottom of the ninth. They win it 5-4. Well, it looked like Pence was going to have a legitimate shot at Scales, but his throw sailed over everybody. A one-line base hit. Cubs win. Derek Lee scores. Ryan Theriot with the game-ending RBI single, and the Cubs win 3-2. So they snapped the 4-game losing streak. Probably relief more than anything else, but right now they're feeling good. Get back on the winning track. They're back to 500. Time to sing. The Cubs are gonna win today. Kick and the 2-2. Little floater. It's going to drop down, and the Cubs are going to win. Reed Johnson scores. Cubs come all the way back and win it 6-5. A 3-2 pitch. Martinez can't get it into right. Soriano coming around. Cubs win! Cubs win! Ryan Theriot with his second game-ending RBI hit. One pitch, gets past, Cubs win! Cubs win again! Andres Blanco scoring the game winner. He knocked in the tying run. Another tough day for Kerry Wood, and the Cubs win it 6-5.
Baseball season's underway. Well, you better get ready for a brand new day. Hey, Chicago, what do you say? The Cubs are gonna win today. They're singing, go Cubs, go! Go Cubs, go! Hey, Chicago, what do you say? The Cubs are gonna win today. Let's go! Cubs go! Go, Cubs go! Oh, well, hey, Chicago, what do you say? The Cubs are gonna win today. Go, Cubs go! Go, Cubs go! Hey, Chicago, what do you say? The Cubs are gonna win today. Go, Cubs go! Go, Cubs go! Hey, Chicago, what do you say? The Cubs are gonna win today.
You know, deals another walk to Jake Fox, and it's the always fun walk-off walk, ladies and gentlemen, and the Cubs escape with the win.
Fly ball with any depth to it wins it. Up in the air, and that will do it. Deep to center for Soriano. Got a grand slam. They only needed one. They got four. They win it 5-1. He started the night 0 for 5. And he puts a huge exclamation point on this one.
Pitch on the way. He walked him and the Cubs win. Yes! The Cubs win it by a score of 4-3.
Aramis sends it deep into the night. Cubs win! A 2-run blast. His teammates gather at home plate. The final tonight, the Cubs win it 4-2. Sometimes, partner, you just need a home run.
That works for me. We've talked all night about the conditions here at Wrigley and how it was going to be one of those nights you really had to scratch and scrape and find ways to score a run. Well, that's a pretty easy way to score some runs right there. Ramos just shot a wind beater to deep left field to win the ball game.
So is Pennington at short. Ground ball, Cubs win! Kosuke knocks in Soto, and they win it 3-2. What a game for Fukudome. He came in the 8th inning. He tied the game by scoring on the sac fly from Xavier Nady, and he wins it with a hit here in the ninth.
Fukudome jumping on the first pitch he sees against a lefty that had trouble finding the strike zone, but fortunately with that drawn-in infield, the top spin grounder gets through into right for the game winner. Nice going.
Lever who hasn't been touched for a run this year. Into the right field corner. We'll see if Soto can score. On his way to third, he's going to be sent. And he will score! Cubs win! They missed the cutoff man, and Soto able to score. They're back to 500, a 1-0 victory. Fly ball, deep left center, Reed Johnson wins it! A line shot home run to the bleachers. Cubs win 2-1.
by Bob Davidson to make the call.
And it's over on the next swing from Fukudome. The Cubs scored 2 off Reds closer Francisco Cordero to win it in the bottom of the 9th inning, a 3-2 final. First blown save in this young season by Cordero.
The pitch. Cubs win! Cubs win! Starlin Castro does it! That's 2 in a row against the first place Brewers. And the Cubs win! Ramirez on an 0-2 pitch. Campana scores. They win it 2-1. There they go. Giovanni Soto deep to left. Gone! A 3-run homer to win it. What a finish.
Giovanni Soto took 2 very hittable pitches early in the sequence, but must have known what he was doing. He got a 3rd fastball on the inside part of the plate, a no doubt home run to left field. All this started with 2 outs in the 9th inning, or rather, the 13th inning.
Another last at bat win. First career pinch hit home run for Giovanni Soto. What a ball game.
Unbelievable.
Here we go. The pitch. And the Cubs win as Jeff Baker lines it into the left field corner. Bird scores, and here comes the big celebration as the Cubs win 5-4 in 10. And a base hit. Jay will pick it up. Soto coming around 3rd. Throw to the plate, not in time. Cubs win. Cubs win. Tyler Colvin off the bench with an RBI single, and they win it 5-4.
finish.
On the ground, a third, picked up, fair ball! Cubs win! Cubs win! It's a fair ball. A tight one here at Wrigley. And the pitch. Ground ball, base hit! LaHair is in! Soto will score! Cubs win! Cubs win! Joe Mather with a game-ending two-run single. And we just voted on our GMC player of the game.
Guess who? Well, I really think some of those battling at bats, especially by Brian LaHair, took something out of Jason Motte. He hung a cut fastball over the middle of the plate to Joe Mather. Good piece of two-strike hitting, goes right back up the middle of the field for the game winner.
So the Cubs able to hang in there. And they get the win on the Mather walk-off single. The runners go. Hot shot. Cubs win. Gets past Green. Campana scores. Cubs win 3-2 in 10. They grab their first series win of the year. That ball ate Tyler Green alive. It'll end up being a base hit for Soriano, and they win it 3-2. What a ball game.
Wow.
Barney out into left center. Still back. Gone! Cubs win! Darwin Barney with a two-run homer. With the wind blowing in.
Wow. Go figure. One of the least likely candidates to hit a wind beater into the gale out of the north today. Owen Barney, behind in the count, gets a slider spinning up there in the middle of the plate. Barrels it up. When I saw Maben start to break it down in center field, I thought he had a beat on it, but that ball gets out of here.
Well, Darwin has been our post-game guest for each of the last 2 days, and looks like it's going to be 3 in a row. Fly ball out into deep left. Holiday. Gone! Cubs win! Cubs win! Two-run homer by Rizzo. Shot, he just got it over the basket. Soriano out into left center. A 3-run ninth. They win it 12-11. A 3-run bottom of the ninth. The Cubs overcome a couple of deficits in this one. They were down 6. They tied it. The Brewers then scored 2 in the late innings. They would get 3 in the bottom of the ninth.
When it came on a breaking ball, Alfonso Soriano stayed on that slider, working its way toward the outside corner, just drives that ball to the gap in left center field. What a comeback. What a day. Wow.
An epic final game of this season series, and the Cubs hang in there and win it. Let's go down to the field. Cubs win! DeJesus with a base hit. Jackson scores. Here comes the mob scene. A 4-hit day for DeJesus, and they win it in 11. Well, how about the 2-strike approach for DeJesus and Barney late?
David DeJesus gets a barrel on the ball just about every at-bat. None bigger than this. Clean single through the right side. That aggressive tag in advance by Brett Jackson puts him into a position where he can just trot home with the winning run.
Cubs win! Brian LaHair wins it as Barney crosses the plate. And the season ends with a game-ending RBI single, 5 for the final. Center. Pagan tracking. Looks back. Can't make the catch. Cubs are going to win it. DeJesus around third. Cubs win. Cubs win.
Let the scrum begin. Boy, did this team ever need this win after letting the lead get away yesterday. Again here this afternoon, they needed a hero, and they had more than one. Navarro, DeJesus, and now Castro combine here in the bottom of the ninth to pull off a big-time, much-needed early season win. He thought he got enough to get it out of here. He did not, but he didn't have to. Pagan pinned up against the wall. Here comes DeJesus. Party on.
All's well that ends well. So the Cubs, the first team to get to Romo, who had been perfect, including the save yesterday, to start this series. What a wild finish.
What a ball game. Great pitching by the starters for most of the afternoon. Some late drama, big home runs. Happy fans. He hasn't even seen a batting practice pitch in hours.
Cubs win. Julio Bourbon knocks in Starlin Castro, and they win it in the 14th.
Let the scrum begin. Julio Bourbon was a spectator for the first, 5 hours and 10 minutes of this ball game. Steps up and delivers the game winner.
So they avoid the sweep. They snap a 12-game home losing streak to the Reds. Cubs will win it. Snyder makes a catch. Rizzo headed home. 4-3. Dioner Navarro.
Scrum on. Now we get to hear the song. Took a while to get there, but all's well that ends well.
The pitch. Into the corner. Cubs are going to win it as Rizzo will score. Nate Scherholtz with the game-ending single. 2-1 the final.
Wow, how about that win? There's the bone pile. The Mets, with all the chances early, and Jake Arrieta able to tiptoe out of trouble time and time again, buying his guys time. Coghlan delivers the game-tying home run. Scherholtz wins it here in the bottom of the ninth. With what, just the second at-bat the Cubs had all night long with a man in scoring position.
And how about the 2 hits? Lefties versus the lefty.
No balls and 2 strikes.
Rizzo sends one high and deep. Right field near the foul pole. Goal! Cubs win! Cubs win on a 2-run shot.
Stay hot, big fella. Doesn't much matter where they defend you when you hit it out of the ballpark. Second walk-off on the homestand.
What a homestand Rizzo has had. Scored the game-winning run in all 3 games against the Mets. It's the game-winning homer for the 4th straight win, our Ford home run replay.
Yeah, slider in the sweet spot. Look at the eyes. Down and through. Admired a little bit and go for a nice little afternoon stroll. Well, early evening. Boy, on a day that could have been a very frustrating loss to absorb. A walk-off W and another bone pile.
2-1 on Ruggiano. Here's a pitch. Ground ball. Simmons can't stop it. Cubs will win. Alcantara scores. Simmons might be hurt. The Cubs celebrating as they beat the Braves 5-4. Be careful. Like Rizzo tumbled during the celebration. Matzik. That should win it. Line drive. Caught by Blackman. Throw to the plate. Cubs win. John Baker wins. Cubs win. Cubs win. Rizzo comes through. 3-2 the final.
It has been a tough stretch for Anthony Rizzo. Really the first such stretch he's had to endure this year, and that has to feel awfully good.
A long single to win it. You surprised he didn't walk him? I mean, you're kind of in a corner either way, right?
Yeah, and I don't know what his instructions were, you know, and how they were going to go about it. It looked like they were trying to pitch around, and he just wouldn't let him do it. And that's the thing about Rizzo. He's so close to home plate. Breaking ball, it's intended to be off the outside corner. He's able to go out and hit, not only hit it, but hit it with authority. Yeah, that's a tough call. When you get in that situation, it's kind of just do or die for a manager.
So the Cubs avoid the sweep. They take 1 of 3 this weekend. High deep drive to center. Did he get enough of it? He did! Cubs win! Cubs win! 1-0.
Welcome back, Anthony Rizzo. How about that for a return to the lineup?
They got their one lousy run.
And he knew it as soon as he hit it. Took a second to admire it. A nice leisurely trot around the bases. How about that? First day back.
Struck out his first 2 plate appearances. Infield single last time. And then this. There's your Ford home run replay. A game winner. A number 31 for Anthony Rizzo.
I was just going to say, you get to this point in the game, JD, with a wind kind of pushing against most fly balls tonight, probably the last thing you should do is try to hit a game-ending home run. I don't think he tried to, but he did.
Just trying to hit the ball hard. Yeah, and you know, with the power that he and Baez and Soler, some of these guys have, they're going to hit it through the wind quite often.
Ball, Borges going after it. Cubs are going to win it. Cubs win. Castillo knocks in his 3rd of the night. 4-3 the final in 10. Be careful, guys. Don't get hurt.
Like they won the World Series.
Didn't know the celebration, including throwing the rosin bag.
Yeah, well,
at
that's
the
a new
guy.
one. Wellington, he's saying, hey, you're going to walk that guy in front of me, I'm going to make you pay. Borges, tremendous speed out there in center field, but he was very shallow. Couldn't run that one down. Rizzo with the 1-out double scores the game winner.
So the Cubs a winner and a chance for a series win tomorrow night. Ground ball, base hit, Cubs win! Cubs win, Alcantara with his first hit of the year. And the Cubs love those 0-2 pitches, don't they?
How about that? Fowler's home run yesterday. Soler on 0-2 tonight in the 8th went deep, and Alcantara with his first base hit of the year earns a beating.
So the Cubs have now won 3 in a row. They're 4-2. Bases loaded, 1 out. The pitch to Castro. Cubs win! Cubs win! RBI single, Starlin Castro, and they'll mob him at first base.
You exhaust a lot of resources in a game like this. Burn through the bullpen, empty the bench. You had a 4-run lead get away from you. That's a feel-good win when you manage to come back and win this one. Because it would have been a kick in the gut to lose it.
And off Craig Kimbrel as well. So he was only able to record 1 out here in the 11th inning.
They had that left side of the infield stacked, but not stacked enough. They need one more body over there. Castro hits it hard. Rizzo comes home with a game winner.
Loaded, 1 out. Jeurys Familia walks Chris Coghlan.
Not over the plate if you're going to offer at it.
Popped him up. Shallow right. Castro's not going to tag his stop. Cubs win! Cubs win! Cubs win! He wasn't going to tag. Polanco tripped. What a finish!
Wow, that is un-freaking believable. What a way for a ball game to end.
Castro was not going to tag. It was not deep enough. And after they got burned in the 10th, he was going to hold. And then the stumble by Polanco.
Yeah, boy, it's unbelievable how much this inning played out like that last time. And there you see his feet kick out from underneath him. He scrambles to try to stay on his feet. And it just falls in behind him for a game winner. This is just incredible. I don't think I've ever seen anything quite like this.
He slipped on the grass. And that is a game-ending RBI single for Matt Caesar. So he went back toward the bag, but I don't think he was going to try it. Do you?
I don't think so. I don't think so.
Our Benny's Beverage Depot toast of the game. They've got the disco ball ready, I'm sure. The 1-0 pitch. Driven out of the right center span. Going after it. He can't get it. Cubs win. Cubs win. Cubs win. Addison Russell drives in Herrera. 3-2 the final.
Oh, what a moment for the kid. Harper did his thing going deep. Bryant did his thing going deep. And Addison Russell delivers the game winner. His third hit of the night. Youth will be served.
What a ball game. Here it comes. Pop up shallow left. It drops. He drops. Cubs win. Cubs win. Bryant scores. David Ross wins it 2-1. Is going to be set. Here comes the throw by Billy Hamilton, and the Cubs have won it. Castro with a game-ending RBI single.
Favorite song here now. Go Cubs go. There's chanting it, singing it.
That is their 11th final at-bat win, the most in the majors. And they continue to play tight ball games, 16 and 11 in one-run decisions.
Well, it's okay to play tight ball games if you're the one ending up on top. Castro redeems himself, gets out. That's why he's here, because he can hit, and hit he does.
4-3 the final. Will return to Chicago to wrap up things right after this from your local Fox station.
Line to left center field, and he's done it again. Second night in a row. But Starlin Castro will be mobbed after delivering the game-winning hit.
They're going to have to run to get him.
Well, we mentioned about walking Starlin Castro right here with the man hit behind him with 4 strikeouts and Baxter. And that's just a bit. I think they wanted to pitch around him.
They did. Look at where he went for the glove. He set up way off the plate away, thinking nothing close, let him chase, and he threw a strike.
That ball drifted right over the outside corner of the plate, and Starlin Castro out and got it. Hit a bullet.
Game-winning hits for Starlin Castro on consecutive nights. And the Cubs take 3 out of 4 from the Reds and move to 7 games over 500 at 34-27 on the season.
Here's a 1-2. Cubs will win it. Peterson will go back on it. And he makes the catch. Caesar tags. Ball game over. Cubs win. Cubs win. Chris Denorfia the hero tonight. 1-0.
Oh my. We started the night talking about all the rookies, the youngsters, and it's the veteran Denorfia who provides the game winner. Cubs are making a habit of this walk-off win thing. They've had a bunch of them.
Nine over 500. Season high.
It was a night that the Cubs did not have many chances at all. But a big chance came their way here in the 10th, and they cashed it in.
High, deep drive, way back. Ball game over. Cubs win. Cubs win. Oh, baby, Chris Bryant.
That was one heroic swing of the bat. This team needed a lift in the biggest way, and the kid came through. Wow, is that huge. They were booing when the top half of the ninth ended. Now elation.
Can you believe that ninth inning?
And the big, tall right-hander deals. Bryant hits a high fly ball. Deep left center field. Back toward the wall. Cubs win. Cubs win. Chris Bryant, a game-winning 2-run homer. Cubs win the ball game.
How about that finish, partner? And how about a come-from-behind victory for the Cubs in the bottom of the ninth off the bat of Chris Bryant in a 2-run homer?
Cubs pulling one out. A wild game at Wrigley. And the Cubs win it by a score of 9-8 on a 2-run home run by Chris Bryant with 2 outs in the bottom of the 9th inning.
Wow.
And Schwarber in the starting lineup, both taken out late. And a drive the other way. Cubs win! Cubs win! Montero does it! 3-2 the final.
Fire up the fog machine. Crank up the disco ball. All's well that ends well. Got away, but they got it back.
That ball was massacred to the opposite field. Southwest Airlines, how far did it fly, JD?
388 off the bat of Miguel Montero. Number 11 is a walk-off.
Bryant with 2 outs. High fly ball out in the deep right. That ball is gone. Cubs win. Cubs win 2-1. He dialed 8.
He did dial 8. Oh my. What a way to end the homestand.
What a blast.
walk-off win for the Cubs. They lead the major leagues in that department. Brian hit 2 home runs yesterday, the game winner here today.
Number 20 on the year. The last 12 have been at Wrigley. All but 3 have been hit in his home ballpark. Get it up in the jet stream.
Hello, operator. I'd like to make a long-distance call. Right field. Good stroke.
A better feeling in the world. Game-ending home run and becoming a daily occurrence. Driven deep to left. Ball game over. Cubs win. Cubs win. Chris Denorfia with a rocket.
How sweet is that for Chris Denorfia? Has not had too many chances of late, but he delivers the walk-off. What a way to end the final regular season home game of the year. Walk-off home run for Chris Denorfia. A no-doubter for your Ford home run replay. Man, did he tie into that one.
No doubt about it off the bat. Well, the Cubs within 3.5. Getting home field advantage.
The most hospitable welcome to Wrigley Field for that young right-hander. One pitch, sucks up an L.
Deep left center. Game over. Cubs win. Cubs win. Baez does it 4-3 the final.
There were plenty of opportunities for these Cub hitters to do something heroic this afternoon, and Baez delivers.
Somebody earlier said, I think a home run's going to win this game.
2-2. He gets the bunt down. Runner coming home. Cubs win! With 2 strikes on him, Lester gets a bunt down to score the winning run here in the 12th.
They win it. 5-4 the final, and they engineer the sweep. What a comeback.
Bottom 11, bases loaded, 2 men away. Anthony Rizzo draws ball 4 off Zach Duke. It is the 7th walk-off walk in the majors this season. How about the Cubs? They take it 4-3 in 11 to extend their season-high winning streak to 10. It's their first single-season double-digit winning streak since 2001, when they won 12 in a row. Jake Arrieta goes for the Cubs on Friday. He squares off with Adam Wainwright.
Here's the pitch. Cubs win! Cubs win! Miguel Montero will be mobbed.
Here they go.
What a wild night. The W stands for wild, wacky, and win.
Of doing more with less. Finding some holes on 3 different occasions. Jason Hayward, the hero today.
the left. Deep. Back at the wall. Braun. Game over. Cubs win. Cubs win. Time to celebrate.
Ah, that's the way to do it. Clinch last night. Couldn't celebrate on the field, but a walk-off win in 10 innings here today, and let the party begin. Boy, what a late resurgence from Miguel Montero.
Down the left field line, a fair ball, and the Cubs will win it.
There's a drive. Deep to left. Cubs win. Cubs win. Wow, Addison Russell.
Oh, my goodness. Come from behind again today in dramatic walk-off fashion.
Oh, baby. 3-run homer to win it. Ground ball, second base. Hernandez for one at second, and that's it. Ball gets away. Almora scores. Cubs win. Cubs win. 5-4 the final.
Everybody's running around trying to figure out who to pile on. What a crazy way for this ball game to end, but perhaps a fitting way for this ball game to end.
And the pitch on the way. Bryant takes a ball, it gets away.
Baez trying to score. Cubs win.
How about that?
Now the Cubs deserve that one after the call at first base.
All's well that ends well. And Barnhart, one of the best in the business, but that spike slider way out in front of home plate. That's a tough pitch to control. Good read by Baez.
10th is gone. Here's a base hit. Zobrist scores. Here comes a throw. Baez scores. Cubs win. Cubs win. Alex Avila wins it.
How fitting, right? It was his error that set things up with that kind of funky play. And he and Koji got their signals.
The 2-2 pitch. There's a drive deep right. Cubs win. Cubs win on a grand slam by Hayward.
I guess he hit it over Herrera's head. How sweet does that feel for Jason Hayward? Pile on, boys! Wow.
Can you believe that? Hitting 139 against lefties.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of improbable here tonight with Cishek and Morrow both giving up home runs. Now Jason Hayward unloads. It's our Ford home run replay. A grand slam to end the ball game. Just his third home run of the year, and no doubt about it. That was fun.
Cubs win. Cubs win. Almora knocks in Bryant. Final in 10. Cubs 2, Dodgers 1.
Well, you talk about a hard-fought doubleheader. Cubs return a little heartbreak to the Dodgers. Second walk-off this year. The Hayward grand slam coming on the last homestand. Tonight it's Almora who plays the hero.
So they get a doubleheader split. And Rob Z gets the win.
Of course he does.
What a ball game.
He earned it. Just such a good approach 2-0, lets that ball get deep, shoots it the other way. We've seen a whole lot of that from the Cubs here of late.
So the Dodgers a last at bat win earlier today, 4-3. And the Cubs return the favor, 2-1 in 10 innings. 3-2 to Bodie. 4. Cubs win. Cubs win. 3 walks and the craziest error you'll ever see, and the Cubs beat the Reds 6-5.
Go ahead.
Ball game over. Cubs win. Cubs win. Bautizzo.
Oh my. What a finish. That's the first one in a long time for Anthony Rizzo. He is getting mobbed at home plate.
Don't hurt anybody. Don't need another DL stint.
Bodie does his thing, and the world's greatest leadoff hitter went down and got that changeup. Ford home run replay, and it's a beauty.
That makes a winner out of Eddie Butler.
Gets a fastball down in the zone. Perfect swing down, a magical swing, a magnificent result with the bat flip. That's one that Mr. Bodie will never, ever forget.
Oh, man alive. Pinch hit, walk off, grand slam.
In all, a result of baseball gods do not lie.
Finishing. Deep drive, yeah, we're gonna finish. It's over. Cubs win. Cubs win. David Bodie again.
Kid has a knack. Making a habit of this.
Unbelievable, this kid. 3-2 the final in 10 innings.
He loves the big moment.
Well, I mentioned it. Every homer he's hit since his first one has been a dramatic home run. And again, outfield in. Ground ball up the middle. Cubs win it! Cubs win! Baez scores on the Zobrist single. 2-1 the final. Cubs win on an 0-2 pitch. Albert Almora.
There's that bounce they're looking for. It wasn't double, single bone pile. It was walk, sacrifice, ground ball, game-winning base hit Almora on a high fastball. And I think the presence of Gore at third base, the potential of a bounce slider influenced the pitch selection, and Almora took advantage.
A hanging breaking ball. Big celebration. The Cubs are still in first place. Terrence Gore scores the winning run. And in 10 innings, the Cubs beat the Pirates by a score of 7-6. Rodriguez made a mistake.
Boy, he throws one in or third. Might even been right down the middle on 0-2. And Almora hooks this ball in the hole between short and third. Cubs win.
Boy, a win they just had to have.
Yeah, that would have
Corona.
would have been a devastating loss.
Here's the pitch. Cubs win. Cubs Brooks and Baez. Happy Easter, everybody.
It's the Easter Bodie. Time to beat him up.
Almora runs. Bryant in the air deep. Is it enough? It's gone! Ball game over! Cubs win! Cubs win!
So much for a one-run win. It's a three-run win. Chris Bryant delivers another long ball. Man, is he starting to really heat up. Pick
What
your
a
poison.
blast.
Yeah. Who do you want to face? Bryant or Rizzo? Well, let's try KB.
Drive out into left. It's over! Cubs win again! Hayward does it tonight.
Starting to make a habit out of it. Hayward had been slumping in the power department of late. That's home run number 6. And they did a nice job fouling the previous one off. Did a real nice job driving that last one out of the ballpark to the opposite field.
3-2 the final in 11. Opposite field off a lefty.
Yeah, just really did a nice job staying in there. A little slide ball out away from him, and he just rides it on out of here.
So the Cubs now 21-13. 25 innings.
Oh, baby.
High drive to left. Yelich watching. Cubs win! Cubs win on a Contreras homer.
All's well that ends well.
And in 15 innings, the Cubs have beaten Milwaukee by a score of 2-1. I had to wait. It was right down the line. As it turned out, it was gone by plenty. I never did see where it landed. I saw Joe West, the third base umpire, point toward fair territory. And the Cubs have won this game. Wilson Contreras with a towering home run to left. A 15-inning marathon. Cubs 2, Milwaukee 1. What a finish. Third walk-off homer this week. Schwarber drives one in the air, left center field and deep. Back toward the wall, near the fence. It's got a chance. Cubs win. Kyle Schwarber, a game-winning home run. It landed in the basket. All of Kyle's teammates waiting at home plate. They all mob him, jumping up and down. Cubs win the ball game 4-3. What a finish. A towering drive to the opposite field and left.
Kyle does a good job and waits on the off-speed pitch away. It was a change-up to pitch before he gets another one up and out over the plate. It hits this ball just far enough to left field to win the ball game.
You see Stallings setting up off the corner, and that's gonna do it. Javi Baez with a base hit. Bodie scores. Cubs win. Cubs win 2-1 the final in 11.
And the crowd goes wild, and the Cubs will come out for a socially distanced celebration in the middle of the diamond. Good stuff, fellas.
It's a series sweep, and the Cubs are off to a sizzling 7-2 start. This is loaded. Whitgren home. Cubs win. Can you believe it? He hits back-to-back hitters. Cubs win the game 6-5.
And a crazy way to end a very good ball game. I guess that proves that his intent was not malicious with Contreras. He just had no command of that two-seam fastball. So a painful game-winning RBI for Cameron Maybin. But another big win for the Cubs as they let a lead get away. But all's well that ends well.
Cubs win. Cubs win on an 0-2. Javi does it again. 3-2 the final in 10.
Well, we see it time and time again. The two-strike breaking ball in the zone is a huge mistake to Javi. The slider way off the plate, maybe a chase. You leave it on the plate, you're asking for trouble, and he gave them trouble. And a game winner, the Cubs back to 10 games above 500, matching their high water mark. Cool under pressure. You know, in a vacuum, not a horrible pitch, but 0-2 in this situation, probably too close. It was reachable.
He got him to swing those two high fastballs and did him a favor right there. You're right, JD. You throw it in the zone to him with 2 strikes, and that's game over.
The 1-1 to J-Hay. Base hit right field. Baez comes in. Hayward's the hero and in 10. Cubs win. 4-3. J-Hay off the bench. Yeah, the celebration is on.
How about that? Jason Hayward, man, that is money off the bench.
2-2. Swing and a ball ripped right field. Betts going back. It's over his head. David Bodie walks it off. Here comes KB. And the Cubs sweep the doubleheader. Cubs win.
KB.
The pitch to Rizzo. Bounce to the left side. It gets through. Duffy around third. In to score. Cubs win. Anthony Rizzo walks it off. And they can't catch him. Garrett ready deals. Drilled in the air. Center field.
Javi is just staring at Garrett.
And that is that. And Baez let Garrett know. Baez tossed the bat. Garrett picked it up. The celebration is on. And the Cubs win it 6-5.
One pitch, that's all it took. Garrett showed amazing restraint, not responding to Javi that time. There you go, Javi Baez against his arch enemy, nemesis. I mean, they were chirping before the pitch, and Javi just letting him have it going down the first baseline. Wow. If you can't find it at Binny's, it's probably not worth drinking. Javi Baez, our toast of the game here tonight. Walk-off single to win the ball game. Adrian Johnson trying to make sure nothing untoward happens. Walking Garrett towards the dugout.
Two, runner goes. It's drilled high and deep right field. Blackman back. Walk it off. Rafael Ortega. That's the way to end the streak. Well done. Ortega puts a charge into one to right. Cubs win.
Guess it doesn't much matter where you deploy your outfielders when they hit him over the wall. That is the first home run for Ortega since that 3-home run game against the Nationals back on the 1st of the month. And it could not have come at a better time.
0-1 to Happ. Runner goes. This one popped up. Right side, Defoe scrambling. Oh, and it falls! Racing home is Alcantara, and the Cubs win! Holy cow!
Oh, my. Oh, my.
It was a pop-up, and Alcantara raced home And in 11, 6-5 the final. There was just something about it. Defoe couldn't find it almost immediately.
Wow, that's unbelievable. You know, we always have that conversation. Come to the ballpark, you're going to see something you've never seen before.
That's right.
And I always say, yeah, I've probably seen it. I've seen like 1 billion baseball games. I don't think I've ever seen that.
On their feet at Wrigley, looking for a second walk-off in this series with Frank Schwindel. Schwindel deep in the hole, long throw over to the bag at first, and he slides in safe as Andrew Romine scores. Cubs celebrating. Cubs win. Cubs win with their second walk-off in 3 days.
Winning Baltimore chopper.
The scoreboard.
Yeah, that'll work too.
Jay Hayes circles the bases. A long, loud ending to this one. Number 8. Crushed by Hayward. And the Cubs win. 4-0-1. Drink it in.
Making the most out of a couple of swings of the bat. A half home run in the first and the Hayward 3-run blast here in the 10th. A whole lot of nothing in between, but a lot of really good pitching. And the Cubs walk them off. Hey, maybe another winning streak on the way.
That was cool. Absolutely crushed it. Great work, by the way, by Cody Hoyer.
Morel hits a fly ball to left field. Tagging at third is Hayward. The catch by Yelich. Here comes Hayward. He will score the winning run. And the Cubs win the ball game on a sacrifice fly by Christopher Morel, and they are mobbing him out near the mound.
First walk-off win of the year for the Chicago Cubs. And the Morel party is on. Courtesy runner, a little ground ball to first by Madrigal, and then a little lofted shallow fly ball to left, but deep enough to get Hayward home.
Cubs battle back and gain a split in a 4-game series. 4 pretty exciting ball games. And the Cubs score one in the 10th inning to win the finale by a score of 4-3.
Cubs trying to win it in the 11th. Line drive, base hit. Cubs win. Contreras walks it off. 6-5 and 11, and a great win for the Cubs. Man, did they show a ton of fight today.
Oh, boy, I'll tell you what, that comeback in the 9th inning against Devin Williams set the table. Says Lecky makes a mistake with that fastball to Contreras up out over the plate, and he delivers the walk-off.
Wilson Contreras, your hero, fly the W. And the knock.
Trying to go in, and he missed his spot badly. And Contreras made him pay.
There's nothing like winning. Winning big league games, you need to enjoy every one of them because they're so difficult. You think about how difficult it's been for the Brewers this month and what the Cubs have done. And they are having a good time.
You know, the Cubs were put in a really good position today by Marcus Stroman. Outstanding outing, 7 2/3. Base hit. Nico rocks it off. Cubs win. Hugs. 3-2 in 10 your final.
Keegan Thompson gets out of the mess. Nico delivers. Right man in the right place when you need contact. Sing the song, everybody.
Yeah, sing this song. Kick and pitch. In the air. Right field. That one back. Gone. Walk it off. And Morel is the hero here tonight as he sprints around the bases.
Oh, my. What a moment for Christopher Morel. What does jubilation look like? Well, he's not wearing a shirt, I'll tell you that much.
Michael Busch leads off the bottom of the ninth inning. Here's the pitch.
A swing and a drive. Deep right center. It's got a chance. Cubs win the ball game. Michael Busch, a game-winning home run. Listen to this crowd.
Michael Busch sits on a breaking ball and whacks it into the right center field bleachers for a winner.
All of the Cubs celebrating. Michael Busch, the rookie first baseman, clobbering one over the 368 sign way up into the seats.
Line drive, base hit center field. Bellinger to third, on his way home. Here's the throw, the tag, safe! Ball game, Cubs win.
Big time from Christopher Morel.
The catcher Bart dropped the ball. Bellinger scores. Christopher Morel being mobbed out at second base. The Cubs win it 1-0. What a finish.
Been out of action for a few days. A chance for Nico to be a hero.
Chop to the right side. This is going to do it. Bellinger is in. Welcome back, Nico Hoerner. Cubs win.
A high chopper to the first baseman Olsen. He had nothing to do as Bellinger raced down the line and scored easily. There was no throw to the plate, and the Cubs win the ball game in 10 innings.
Drilled towards left center. On its way. Ball game. Cubs win. Mike Tauchman walks it off.
Hello, Chicago. The Palatine Pounder delivers the game winner.
The 3-1 to Nico. Ball four. Pitch inside. Cubs walk it off with a walk. Tauchman scores. Cubs win. Give Nico Hoerner the game-winning RBI. Cubs prevent the sweep. They beat the Diamondbacks 2-1 in 10.
Here comes. The other way, slicing, fair ball. Here comes Dansby. Ball game. Cubs win. Mike Tauchman walks it off. That's a comeback for you.
That is the win of the year right there, Boog. Go ahead, boys. Celebrate that one. Wow, spectacular stuff.
And Suzuki with a line drive, base hit to left. Here comes Ian Happ around third. He's headed home, and the Cubs win in extras. Seiya Suzuki walks it off, and they'll finally get to play the song here at Wrigley Field as the Cubs get a big win. They beat the Blue Jays 6-5.
He missed that first slider. He wasn't going to miss the second slider. They extended that pitch, hit it through the hole, and the outfielders were playing too far to even have a chance to throw him out at home.
The first single of the game for the Cubs. It comes in the 10th inning, and it's a Capital One walk-off and a big sigh of relief in Wrigleyville.